Now I'm madder than I was before. Like I said, I wasn't even planning on leaving my motherfucking apartment. I get here and it's not here. She's like, no, I assure you that it's going to be at your Firestone branch location. She said, if that's where you put your mail on hold at, that's where it's going to be. And I'm like, well, when I called, and she's like, well, who did you talk to? I said, I called the automated system. When I put in the tracking number, it said that it's here, being held here at this location. And that last bus just passed. And I'm not going to be able to get there in time before they close. I'm mad as fuck. So anyhow, that other mail, the way that it checked out was I ended up not having to use the stamp. So that was the question that I've had. I'm like, well, if the P.O. box is here, you know, for Ohio Edison, do I necessarily need to put a stamp on it, or can I just drop it off to you? She's like, nope, you don't need to stamp it. We'll put it in their P.O. box. I am mad as fuck. The whole reason I came was for that OtterBox case. And this is the type of shit I'm talking about. This is all the time. They will spend you and be sending you out your motherfucking way. I'm not on wheels. I don't got time for dumb shit like this. I can't do nothing conveniently. I cannot do nothing conveniently. And then that's the stupid shit the devil does. They showed up as that elder that was walking in front of me and acted like he was gonna trip and fall. I'm sure you heard him say, oh, fuck, to try to distract you. His ass could have fell and I would not have given a damn, okay? I would have looked right at him and probably took off walking. Not even went and told nobody he fell. I know exactly who and what you are. I am so mad. And they were throwing a fucking fit about me not catching the bus. I do not play about my day spent inside. I chose to spend time inside for a reason. Every time I'm motherfucking out and about there lying, saying I'm with motherfucking people, I be trying not to come across these motherfucking things. Be completely withdrawing from society, trying to make sure I don't come across none of these motherfucking aliens. This is the type of shit they do to satisfy those on uplift. As soon as I leave and I'm in a space where there's more than one, they're attacking my throat real bad. Because they think I'm about to start yelling. Where there's more than one identity, them motherfuckers be telling them. They be going on and on about their owners. The ones that own those identities are having a dual experience, okay? So they be going on and on about how they're able to manipulate reality now and all kind of shit. That's why they won't shut the fuck up all day. Because they're trying to act like they're doing something to me that they can't do. I I am so fucking mad. And they mad that I done told on they motherfucking hoe. They mad I done told on they bitches. They mad that I done told on the identities that they're using. So they're draining all type of energy. This walk should not be this fucking hard. I'm exerting way too much energy to be moving this motherfucking slow. They do the same dumb shit over and over and over fucking again. And look at how dramatically, look at before, look at the beginning, and now. The drastic fucking changes they made to my appearance. You be a motherfucking fool to think that I must continue to live on that motherfucking street and let them nasty ass motherfuckers with bad backgrounds feed off of me. Stealing DNA because I'm being remotely harassed. They're saying shit that they could never say to my face. And claiming that they did something to me and stealing DNA behind it. That's what the fuck the government is doing. You got me fucked up. If you think I'm gonna live on Upland Avenue. And let these raggedy ass low-life addicts feed off of me. They don't want to look like what the fuck they do. I'm gonna kill their asses. You watch. And for somebody that's reached so many motherfucking near-death experiences, you should be shocked that I'm even having to tell you this. As many times as I've almost had to kill one of them, you think it'd be silence. They just put a decoy in the area, a vehicle like theirs, with, except for the what is it called? The emblem wasn't blacked out on these sheets. They put them on they put whatever kind of mesh sheets those are on that little Kia. They put them on an Impala 2 looking stupid as fuck. Recall in another video, when I first saw it, I thought the window was bust out on the Kia. But it's just, I guess the mesh is for shade. And they thought it was such a great idea and so stylish that they put it on the Impala 2. You know what? Coming from where they come from, these cars are the biggest deal to them. You wouldn't even believe it. You wouldn't believe how the government is painting it. You think it was two Maseratis, not even, you think it was two, I'm not a Maserati fan. You think it was two RR. They're blocking it. They're blocking the name of the vehicle. That's crazy. No. Now they're talking about the Bentley that was on my vision board. Rolls Royce. So anyhow, you think it was two Rolls Royces in the driveway. someone I know of from when I was a teen. I came across them 2 weeks ago on the 29th of July. And he was like, it's no problem, I'll get you a car. And I was like, all right, cool. But you know, they cursed and spell, and said they were gonna change how he saw the situation and all kind of stuff. And it was all about what it boiled down to is the changes, how they inverted the identities on Upland. So they did things with those identities that those identities have never been capable of doing. You gotta think, if you weren't doing this before I got there, you weren't able, okay? And I've been telling the whole time. So if you got it from motherfucking lying on me, bitch, you ain't gonna have nothing. And so they got these things, some of their desires, from claiming that they were me. And so if I surface with these things and they're claiming that I'm them, the one that they're applying their drug habit dogma to, their, you know what I'm saying, clinic filthiness, you know, all kind of shit. They're doing the worst shit to me for tons of motherfuckers. So, yeah, it was like they were on this big kick. You've heard me talk about it before. We don't want her in the same vibrational frequency as us, because when I show up, when I surface, it's only then that they're confronted with the covert lies. And then they have to tear up themselves. And right now, all agencies are on the same page. And they're looking at one another like, not until they absolutely have to. So, whereas in the past, like, this never happened in the past. And, you know, you want to kind of say that it has everything to do with money. You know, like, certain things were happening to me because I always had money. But that's only part of it. Certain things weren't happening to me because of who I am. And that I'm able to solicit a thought about you that would destroy your reputation. You get what I'm saying? And there was always agencies that were reporting that information. There were always agencies that were reporting that information. And now that I've declared I'm going to kill them all, no matter what, this is what it's been. And it's been this way the whole time. I'm talking about from the beginning. That's what I declared, and that's what it's been. (13 minutes, 40 seconds). That little pavilion over there is where I have been going sitting at night to get away from the environment. So, you know, sometimes it's Mickey Bright Elementary that I go to. Mickey Bright is a 3-minute walk from where I would stay. This hospital is about a 9-minute walk. 9, that's a stretch. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, about a 9-minute walk. Let's see. It's 14:40. So yeah, lower back and legs. Shoulders too. They're applying so much tension to my upper chest area that is always contracted, okay? Throughout the day, my chest and back never reaches a moment where it's at a resting state. It never reaches a moment where it's at a resting state. So fucking desperate to get me out the fucking duplex. And how and why? That's impossible. For the animated system to be able to solicit some bullshit. Let it not be there tomorrow. And I'm leaving tomorrow. That's the only reason that I was going today. And it wasn't until 2:33 p.m. that I found out that it had been delivered. So on the 6th, I got an early delivery notification. On the 7th, I didn't get an update, but I did check for it. And there was nothing. Okay? So the government hid it. But the 7th also falls on the weekend. So the post office wouldn't have been open. It wouldn't have been open. And then today, like I said, about 2 or 3 after I had done a couple of other things, I checked and it said that it was being held at the receiver's request. And that's when I called customer service. They're acting like someone gave me a ride. When streets never have any traffic. That's why I always kind of take back streets when I'm walking. In that moment, it's way more noticeable at how the traffic is picking up. To suggest that something is taking place that's not. So anyhow, and as these things are writing, they're soliciting false lies about what streets they're on to lie about where I am. Random as I did covert professionals. Pro parts. And things that just got off work. So anyhow, said it was on hold. I called customer service. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck what y'all think, because y'all always lying, this, that, and any other. You know, whenever I check, and I always check everything, okay? I always make sure, even when I'm sure I check, okay? When I got a cell phone, that's one of the things they don't look, Metro bus. They about to lie. So, even when, did you notice that guy watching me? So anyhow, even when I have a phone, oh my goodness, a lot more traffic coming. When I have a phone, I always check. I always make calls. And that's oftentimes what they're trying to eliminate, because that's how they're manipulating reality. Hurry. I thought it was going to happen again. You had to see what they were doing with those cars. When I step out like this, out of nowhere, wanted to shoot from around the corner. Supporting a lie. Then the sun came out. Now they're going. So somebody's mad about my complexion. And I ain't been getting no sun at all. I've been making sure not to get sun, no sun. And I still got traces of sunburn. And ain't been in it. And it's been overcast. But guess who's still playing in the sun? Those who cannot produce melanin themselves. I'm talking about sunscreen cells was probably obsolete in every fucking thing. Biotechnology. Now they're mad because of the route that I'm taking. And they put him back in his truck because of what I said about him being in the Kia. The same vehicle that the bitch they be calling me and is lying about me having a job. They use these little monsters too, all the time, to support suggestions. Matter of fact, they had one on Upland. I'm on Grand Street right now, headed to Upland, crossing across Stanton. But they had one on Upland earlier. They don't do nothing but put him in front of an apartment. Sometimes that's as simple as just having him walk by to claim. And he lives over here, right here where I'm about to pass. And that's the type of shit they've been doing to get his mom favor. Okay? I don't got no kids. Now, there's a lot of reasons they lie and occasionally put these kids around me, okay? Like they'll walk right into, like, you know, my blinds be open. So, when I say they walk right into, I gotta pay attention to everything. Hold on. But they'll walk right into sight, and they'll also put them in the yard right next to you. So like just the sound, you picking up on the sound, it means they'll use that to claim that you're the watcher. You know, that these kids are with you, that you're the one watching the kids. So when all that audio is another form of street theater. You know, they'll put them outside to put on a show to claim you've been in touch with folks you have not seen in, I'm talking about 3-4 years. I can't believe I managed to pass today without them. They are turning the heat up on my back. Oh my goodness. That motherfucking reject. He's so weird. I'm telling you, all these weird things irks my nerve. They got rid of the rocks and the plants from last year. I'm mad as fuck about this outer box. So now I got a couple of options. I could either waste a bus pass or see if the caseworker will run me by the post office on our way out. It's kind of headed in the same direction, but you know she don't know how to drive, so. And not only does she not know how to drive, she doesn't know her way around real good either. Look at what they did to my eyebrows. They were not, I did not put eyeliner on thick. I swear, with physics, some of the things that they do with my eyebrows is sometimes they make sure that, let's say if you're using something that's supposed to hold 24 hours, nothing ever holds 24 hours, first and foremost. But there's times where they just run their finger across it and they'll smear it, okay? And then there's times where they add particles so it looks way thicker and darker than I put it on. And then there's times where they affect the way that you put it on by changing my skin. Okay, so sometimes, like, under normal circumstances, I have like somewhat oily skin, so it they take advantage of that, and they make sure that when it goes on in a way where it's like it touches and it expands. So I always have to try to clean it up and make it smaller. There's times where they dry the area out so that it goes on flawlessly, you know, and they're noticeably different. Look, these start marks, I never had. Now from a distance, they're not as visible, but it's almost like the tint is being applied with the glasses. You get what I'm saying? Like, marks on my face. Meth addicts and shit. I'm surrounded by addicts, okay, on the south side of fucking Akron. They be scarring up my motherfucking face to lie and suggest that I do drugs. I ain't never. This shows you the difference, like how they're tanning or they darken my skin. All this stuff, none of that's supposed to be there. This, not supposed to be there. Lips. They're calling me weed smokers. They're calling me alcoholics. That's why alcoholic. That's why my eyes are not as bright as they normally are. It's not about me drinking. It's about the alcoholics that they're feeding off of as me. You get what I'm saying? So when they do remote inoculation and they inject something into my arm and they begin to call me someone else, that's corrupting the code. They put something that's identical or that is specific to them in their makeup, okay? I still got a bruise. This was done with remote inoculation. And I could go on and on and on, but I think that's enough. I'm not doing my eyebrows no time soon. As far as like cleaning them up. Gray hairs. They have put gray hairs all through my head, calling me elders, okay? All through my head, calling me elders. Watch this. Oh, maybe I should not. That bitch put her fucking blind down now. It was just getting jiggy with it. The reason my trash cans are where they at is because her motherfucking pedophile was trying to manipulate reality earlier. And I don't want him touching them. Shut up, ho, and get off my dick. And you can grow a limb, try it. Bitch, get at me. You raggedy asshole.